go to youtube.com/@Carmen and Jurko. Search @Carmen and Jurko. If you're in the app, make sure you like and subscribe. We're on AM 1000. We're on FM 100.3 HD2. We are on the ESPN Chicago app. There's lots of ways to watch and listen and get interactive with us. We want to get interactive with you today. We want to talk NFL schedule. Waddle and Sylvie got to do it a lot yesterday. Black and Abdallah did at night. Heard about 40 minutes or so in between baseball games of the boys last night, taking calls, breaking down the schedule. And that's what we're doing today. This is our first crack because we had only had a few little pieces of info last time we were on Tuesday afternoon. But the full schedule is out. We want to talk about the games we're most excited about, games that might be the most challenging, look around big picture of the NFL, take a look at some of the fun, interesting ones, especially in the front portion of the season. But it's like a holiday. The schedule is out, Jurko. We've got it. It's 4 exhibition games. Texans, Bills, Bengals, Chiefs, and then our full 17-game slate between Sunday, September 8th, and Saturday or Sunday, depending on that last weekend goes, January 4th or 5th at the Green Bay Packers. We're off and running, my friend.
I like it. Doesn't matter what the schedule looks like. Doesn't matter how awful it is playing the AFC South 3 games in a row.
Boy, isn't that weird, though?
Win is what you've got to do. That's all you're thinking about. Try to find a way to win. 2 of those games are on the road. Doesn't make a difference to me. All teams are beatable at this point, including the Chicago Bears, but all teams are beatable. I looked at the schedule, and nothing has changed from what I thought before because I've known who they were going to play. I see some difficulties timing-wise in the schedule, but those would be difficulties for anybody. 11 wins, that's where I have them. They're going to win some games you don't think they're going to win. They're going to lose some games you didn't think they were going to lose. I've got them at 11 wins, 11-6. I think that's a respectable number. I think it gets them in. I want them to play better on the road this year. That's what I find to be important.
There's a chance the Bears are a favorite in like 9 of these games. Once we get a better idea in the next couple of days about what the full slate of look-ahead lines is like, and Vegas starts going week by week, and in some spots you might be able to find it already. Saw one book offshore floating all the games. Bears favored in 9, a pick'em in another, Jurko. That's the London game against the Jags. Again, these are just the look-aheads. Last year, when the season was all said and done, do you know how many times the Bears went off as a favorite in their 17 games?
3 times.
4 times, Jurko.
4 times.
Now, the Bears went 8-7-2 against the number last year, so not terrible. But they weren't favored a whole heck of a lot, and there's a good chance they're favored in more than half their games this year, especially that's just in the look at. We'll see how the season actually goes. If they play well to our expectation, then they're going to be favored in a lot of games. As for the opener, we kind of pegged this. We had heard the rumors that it could be the Titans in week 1, and we guessed it'd be somewhere around 3.5 or 4. It's actually 4.5. Bears a 4.5-point favorite in week 1 at Soldier Field to open up at noon against the Titans. I don't mind the soft landing. I heard Adam say last night he was kind of hoping maybe for a little something extra, but like I don't mind it. I don't mind the soft landing. It's like go ahead, ease your way into the schedule. I also don't think the Titans are going to be a pushover. Now they'll be getting a team with the rookie head coach. Brian Callahan, who is Bill Callahan's son, is their new head coach.
Nepotism.
He's put in his dues, though. I mean, he's coached a long time in this league, in fairness to him. He's been a coach for a while.
Yep.
But they've got a first-time head coach. But they're also one of the teams that was extremely active in the offseason. They added 2 new wide receivers. They added probably the best free agent center on the market. They added L'Jarius Sneed on the defensive side of the football. So they were very active.
They added another offensive lineman to go along with Pete Skoronski on the offensive line.
In the draft. They added 2 new linemen, one via the draft, Jurk, right, and one via free agency.
There you go.
So they were a very, very active team.
But
I don't think that'll be a pushover.
So you ask me, Jurk, how did they get to 11-6? This team was 5-3 at home last year, the Chicago Bears. 2-7 on the road. They've only got 8 road games this year. How does it happen? 7-2 at home, 4-4 on the road. I'm not asking for drastic, ungodly improvement. What I'm asking for is for you to be a better team on the road and for you to hold home court. For when you get your games in your facility with the rabid crowd behind you, that includes Chris Black and Adam Abdallah on most Sundays, Mondays, Thursdays, whenever the hell the Bears are playing, okay, I expect you to hold court at home. The improvement comes with 7-2 at home, 4-4 on the road. Just be mediocre on the road. I'm not asking for a lot. If I sat and I asked you a question, how many teams had winning records on the road last year? What would your answer be?
How many teams
winning records on the road last year? Winning records on the road last year.
In the NFL.
Yes. Not 4-4. They had to be 5-4 or 5-3 or better.
7.
It's a little bit more than that.
12.
It is 11.
11. Okay.
11. How many teams had winning records at home? It's okay.
18.
21, Carmen.
Close.
So more teams winning at home. I think it's easier, and I think you could do a statistical analysis, and you have done it in the past, how the home field advantage isn't as big of a home field advantage as it's been in the past.
You are 100% correct,
I am correct on that.
It has definitely changed in recent years, and Vegas has adjusted as such. It's no longer just like 3 baked in.
How many teams have had winning records at home and on the road?
So how many had
the
both
11?
last year?
Right. There was 11 that had winning on the road, 21. How many of those teams combined had winning records on both road and home?
4.
7.
7.
And let me tell you the teams that won both on the road and home.
So winning records.
And let
on
me
both.
see what it feels like.
Okay, let's hear it.
Baltimore.
Okay, playoff team in the conference title game.
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh made the playoffs.
5-3, 5-3.
Boy,
both of those.
I don't know how they did that, but okay.
Yeah. Well, I'm missing a game. I don't know why that happened.
Yeah, there's one.
Can't
game
be 5-3, 5-3, 5-4, and 5-3.
Okay, but they still hit the mark.
5-4, 5-3.
Okay.
Thank you, Carm.
Yeah.
The Kansas City Chiefs.
That makes sense. I figured the Chiefs.
6-2. There they are.
Wait, you're missing.
And
the
that's
game again.
another one. What the hell is going on? I mean, I did all this great statistical analysis, and now it's coming back to haunt me.
You're missing a game.
5-4, 6-2.
There you go.
There we go. 5-4, 6-2.
But they still hit the mark again.
They still won, and they won. But their home record, Carm, what the hell's going on?
I love it, you guys, when you do.
Yeah, 5-4, 6-2.
Got it.
Right.
Okay.
So they won only 5 games at home. They struggled at home. Lost against Detroit. They lost against the bunch of teams.
That's kind of crazy.
Isn't that crazy? But they were 6-2 on the road. Maybe they were happy to get the hell out of Kansas City.
That's kind of crazy.
Maybe that's why they want a new
that stadium.
Maybe that's why they want a new stadium.
That's for sure.
Philadelphia. For the better part of the year, they were a great team.
Shocking,
right?
yeah.
5-4 on the road, 6-2 at home. The Detroit Lions. I don't think that surprises anybody, right?
No, not at all.
6 wins, 6-3, 6-2. San Francisco, where were they? Detroit, they were in the what? Championship game.
Yep.
And the LA Rams, who were 5-4, 5-3, surprised you last year.
Yes, they did.
Barely a road winning record and barely a home winning record at 5-3.
Those are all playoff teams.
All playoff
Those are
teams
all
when you go up
playoff
there.
Teams, right?
All playoff teams.
I think they're all playoff teams.
So I'm not asking the Bears to win on the road. I'm asking the Bears to be mediocre on the road.
And if you can do that and take care of business
Split
at
your road
home.
games, take care of your home. Split your road games, take care of your home games. That's all we're asking this team to do. Now, the teams that kind of stunk, Jacksonville, one on the road, didn't win at home. Indy, one on the road, didn't win at home. 5-3, 4-5. Minnesota, 5-4 on the road, only at home. 2 victories at home. 2 victories. Make sure I got that right, Carm, because I'm declaring it. Yeah, 2-6 at home, 5-4 on the road. That's horrific. And then Tampa Bay, 5-4 and 4-4. Not a winning record at home. So that's all you're asking. 4-4, and then win your road games and have yourself some magic. That's what it's all about.
All right, so if you want to join us, talk about the schedule, 312-332-3776. Give us games you feel good about, games you're a little uneasy about, sneaky games, right? Like I've got one that, I've got a couple here, and I don't know. We don't have to go game by game win total, but I think they're going to win 10 games.
Well,
Yurko thinks they're going to win 11.
That either. I'm not going to go over the games because they're going to surprise you, and they're not going to surprise you. I've got 11 victories. That's it. That's That's what I've said. And I told you how I want it. Like I wanted 7-2, and I wanted 4-4.
Like somehow, when it's all said and done, I think they've got 10.
Yeah.
However that happens, it happens because there are going to be surprises along the way. There always are. I'll tell you a couple of games that I think are sneaky challenging for them that people might not expect. Even though they'll be coming out of the bye, Sunday, October 27th at the Commanders. It'll be a homecoming for Caleb Williams. The Bears right now, in one of the look-aheads I saw, are about a 1.5 favorite. That will be a tough game for the Bears. That'll be a great defensive-minded head coach in Dan Quinn getting ready to face Caleb Williams and the Bears. Remember, Cliff Kingsbury is his offensive coordinator. He knows Caleb Williams quite well, having spent the last year with him. A little revenge factor maybe for the Commanders after getting embarrassed in their building in primetime by the Bears last year.
The thing I like
that's one of those that'll be tricky if you ask me. And everybody probably looks at that and goes, oh, the Bears are going to be Washington. That'll be a tricky game.
The thing I like comes after the bye week.
It does come after the bye.
So they got an extended preparation time. They got extended relaxed time. Hopefully at that point, the Bears would have a pretty damn good record and they're feeling good about themselves. And they got to get back down to earth. They got to get back down to earth. Let's get back down to earth is what they're going to have to do going up against the Washington Commanders.
Is it weird? I can't remember seeing this very often. A team doesn't play its first division game until week 11. That's pretty wild. The Packers at home Sunday, November 17th in week 11 is the first division game the Bears will play. Boy, it makes the back half of the schedule tough, doesn't it? When you're going to have your 6 division games between weeks 11 and 18.
That it do, Carm.
That it do.
That it 100%
That's really tough.
Yeah. I'm disappointed that the primetime games aren't spread out a little bit better. They're kind of back-ended at the end of the year. I'm a little disgusted by that.
How are we classifying London and Thanksgiving? Are those primetime games?
No.
The Bears are only in primetime 3 times, which is kind of surprising. Sunday night.
The way I consider it and the way the league considers it might be different, though.
I think so.
Yeah.
Like they have 5 standalone games, right? You've got the Sunday night game in week 2 at the Texans. You've got Thanksgiving. I jumped one. You got the London game. That's a standalone game. That's 2.
Right.
You've got Thanksgiving against the Lions. That's a standalone. You got Monday Night Football at the Vikings. That's 4. And then you've got Thursday Night Football the night after Christmas against the Seahawks. That's 5. They could get flexed in week 18 if it's for the division or if it's for a playoff spot in the NFC, Bears and Packers. But it's like 5 standalones, and then there's a 3:25 game when they're at San Fran Sunday, December 8th. That'll probably be Fox's game of the week. I heard Bleck and Abdallah last night saying that's the Tom Brady game, possibly.
It could be.
That could be the Brady game. If the Bears are good, you guys, that's going to be the Brady game, right? Bears and Niners? Yeah, that's the Brady game.
I think so. I was looking at Pro Football Talk. They were looking at the possible games that Tom Brady could be doing. I think there's a Bills-Rams game that same week. So maybe that.
I don't know, man.
But
If the Bears are good, if the Bears are in the playoffs, if they're leading the division, we certainly expect the 49ers to be good. Like that. You know, that's going to be a prime time, not a prime time, but like a very marquee matchup. But
I also think if you look at the first game against the Packers here at home against the Bears, that Sunday night game, I know it's Aaron Rodgers and it's New York, but it's Colts and Jets. Not very good. Like if they have the opportunity to flex a game and the Bears have won, have a very top-heavy schedule or, very easy front half of the schedule, like we said, and they've got 7 wins or something like that going into that game, that could definitely be a game that gets flexed into Sunday Night Football.
Yeah, that could be. You're right about that. That's the flex window, What
I'm not
the Bears
putting
have
the cart in front of the horse. So I'm going to wait for the Chicago Bears to be that good football team, and then I'll start demanding some better quality times for this guy.
Bears have 2 different 3-game homestands. Now, one of those games is bastardized, right? Because they're in London, and that's so it's not like really a home game. I mean, it's not.
Their away games are 2-2-3-1.
Yeah,
I don't like that. 2-2-3-1. I don't like it. I don't like the way it went.
3-game road trip starting on Thanksgiving is tough. It is. That's tough.
But all I'm looking to do is win 1 of every 2 road games. So I guess I can find a way to live with it.
Back half of the schedule is tough. Most primetime games. Did you see the list? 6 each. 49ers, Cowboys, Jets. They're sure hoping Aaron Rodgers stays healthy.
They're praying to heavens.
You're rolling the dice. The Jets 6 times in primetime?
Yeah. There's only one guy in the world that I know loves the Jets, and he's on 2 hours before we get on.
Well, I think with Rodgers, it's compelling. Don't get me wrong, but he got hurt 4 snaps in, and he's 30. What is he? 39 years old, whatever he is.
He's not a spring chicken, Carm.
He sure isn't.
Yeah.
You're rolling the dice for the NFL a little bit, and I guess he can flex some of those. But 6 primetime games for the Jets, Cowboys, and 49ers.
What's this Sunday at noon crap for the preseason games too? Not that anybody cares. But if you're a Bears fan, you've got to buy one of those tickets for sure.
Saturday, right? 2 Saturday at noon.
Yeah.
They have, yeah.
Noon. What are we doing?
They usually do that.
What the hell's going on?
I don't know.
It's the heat of the summer here. What are you doing playing at noon?
But they've done that the last couple of years here.
Well, last year they played all of them at noon.
Oh, there you go. I don't
all
know.
of them Saturday at noon, killing everybody's golf game. What happened to Thursday's nights?
I don't know.
Thursday night.
They have 2 Thursday games, the Canton game and then at the Chiefs.
They're literally killing your golf game.
Yeah, they're killing your golf.
That's kind of it. Like, they're killing your golf game.
Why do you think he's so pissed? All right, we want to take some calls on the Bears schedule. If you want to predict the win total, go ahead. Tell us what you think. Is the schedule better than you thought, harder, easier? In terms of Vegas win totals, the Bears have the 3rd easiest schedule based on the projected Vegas win totals for 2024. The Falcons have the easiest, then the Chargers, then the Bears. The Steelers, Patriots, and Browns have the 3 toughest. So thoughts on the schedule? We got a few more things we want to kick around about it. 312-332-3776. It's Carmen and Jurko. We'll be right back.